Hey guys, welcome to JS Cafe. I hope you are doing extremely well. So, in this video, I'll be talking about myself, my journey, and how did I, prepared during my college times. How did I manage to switch companies and all. So, I have been inviting people, stating their experiences, their strategies, their formulas, tricks, and their experiences. But I kind of thought that my experience matters as well because I am the author of this channel. So it's kind of a must thing, and also this would really help you with, cracking interviews. And most importantly, you will be on the right path. So it doesn't matter if you don't know everything, if you are someone who is just starting from the beginning, or if you are at immediate intermediate level or whatever. But all it matters is to be on the right path, to be guided by someone who has already done that, so that you don't make mistakes. Okay, so keeping that in mind, I'm shooting this video right now so that all of my subscribers, you guys, whoever is watching, understands that what is the reality um, of placements, and what does it actually takes to become a front-end developer, and not just become a front-end developer, and also be good at it. So yeah, so let's begin with that topic. So as you all know that I graduated in the year 2020 from a private college, and you guys also know that what's the overall environment that you get in the college, be it more often you will find people not of that technical background, or you don't find that coding culture is not present in your college, right? So I actually wasted first year and second year just in figuring out what should be the right companionship for me, what should be the right set of clubs for me, or what are the right kind of people I should hang out during my college. So I wasted a lot of time to find a perfect spot for me. And if you're someone watching this video, then I'll recommend not doing the same. So you just try if you are joining college, just try to be focused on what you want. If you are doing BTech in computer science, or if you are someone doing BTech, I think the end game for you is to join a company to become a software engineer, developer, or a tester, QA, data analyst, or whatever is your domain. It doesn't matter actually. But if we have finalized something, then you have to start looking for people who have the similar mindset of yours. Okay, that is very important thing. And once you have done that, then you have plethora of opportunities in front of you. Okay, now the moment I joined technical clubs that were focused on web development, a little bit on you know coding as well, on solving lead code questions and all, but again that was not my expertise area. I was kind of more involved into development, doing internships in the college, participating in hackathons. So I was kind of a developer guy, not much of hard CP guy there. But again, I knew that we can't run away from CP completely. It is often asked in interviews that how you tackle this particular question, and often you are given questions on array, linked list, trees, and graphs. So I had acquired knowledge from my friends, to be honest. Like when I was watching videos of solving questions of trees, graphs, and whatnot, it's just bounced off over me. Okay, so we had this coding club where some students were doing development and some students were doing CP thing. So for development, I was their coach or guide, but I also needed some guru or guide who can get me through that CP world. Okay, so I had two of my friends, they were excellent in that thing. So they have participated in ICPC regionals and whatnot. So I just started spending much more time with them. I got to learn their let's say I solve some question in some particular way, and then I go to my friend and say, see, I have solved this question. And then at that moment, that friend tells me, okay, bro, okay, yeah, I've done this, but this is not the optimal approach to solve the question. There are more things than that. Then from there, I learned about, okay, there's a concept of two pointers in the array. There is concept of hash maps, and whatnot. So fast pointer, low pointers, that things as well. So there I began learning from their experience. Okay, suppose if I had been alone, okay, and I've started preparing it for scratch and alone, so understand how much time it would have taken for me. Okay, so parallelly I couldn't have been truly focused on CP, and also couldn't be truly focused on web development. Okay, so what I did was I chose development first because it was, for me, it was easier to grasp thing quickly, and I was also developing applications side by side. And for CP, I took help from my friends. So from their experience, I learned thing, and I also like good had a good hands-on on the basic questions that are basically asked in the interviews. So that way, I was balancing the whole, the I was balancing the boat between two rivers actually. One was the development, and one was the CP world. Okay, and my boat was just sailing in between across the two rivers. So that is something you should be clever about. You should be friends with, and you should not be friends with someone just for your benefit or some personal thing. Okay, you should, if you are doing friendship with someone, and do it by heart, or otherwise, it is just very superficial. So be friends with good people and learn from them is all I can say. So, and that was how I managed these two things. Now also there was a point where I had to do internships. Okay, and I had zero clue on how to do that. So I basically first of all, I started with a summer internship in my college only, where I was part of a web team that handles, the ERP systems of my college. And there was one great project of e-learning. So I dedicated a lot of time there, and I got to learn. So at that time, I was writing code in PHP and simple JS and CSS, because that was the era, and React wasn't introduced. It was not very popular at that time, and I was working on Angular. So from there, I experienced thing. Okay, this is web development. Okay, this is how PHP works. This is how Angular works. And then I, stepped on to React JS. So that was the plan for me, and I also did Node.js as well. So coming back to internships, what I was doing, I was blindly applying for internships from LinkedIn, from Ingeris.io, and I was also in touch with a lot of my seniors to get an internship in their company. So things were taking time. I couldn't find any good internship opportunity, but luckily I got a front-end developer intern from LinkedIn only. That time I was in my hometown for vacations, and they asked me to come to Delhi at a stipend of 20,000. So I happily took the job. I came to Delhi. I did internships for 2 months. I handled their website development, and they were revamping the UI kind of stuff. So that was also a great. That was actually the first exposure of industry to me, and that was a on-site interview experience. And so now coming back to things, now once that interview was done, I had my internals, exams and all. And once I got free from that, then I started looking for some remote internships, because it was not very possible for me to travel every time. And I also had to cut down through my college attendance as well. So attendance is very crucial if you are in college, right? So like there is a cut mark of 75 or maybe a 70%, and if you fall below that, then you have to convince everyone, get yourself appear in exams and CTs and whatnot. So that was something I had to keep in mind. I had a regard for proxies as well, but again, that is not something you can rely upon truly, right? So then I found one internship of JWire that was based in Japan. So I was working remotely as an intern there, And at that moment, I grasped a good idea of Node.js. So I was writing some backend APIs, like how to fetch data, show data, database, and all everything. So it was also a great learning experience there. And for this remote thing, this stipend was just 5,000. I don't know why did I settle for that. It is still a mystery for me, but my stipend was 5,000. But again, I was happy. Like, being a student, my monthly expenditure was around 3,000 max to max, and rest 2K I just saved that. Okay, so I was really happy. Okay, 5,000 I'm getting that too from remote. So that I was managing actually after my classes. So my classes used to get over around 5 p.m. And after having snacks and all, I used to sit at 7 p.m. and work late till 12 or 1. So that was how did I managed. It had a like a significant impact on my studies of exams and all. My grades were significantly degrading, but I thought it was worth it because having to work with people from international realms is something once in a lifetime opportunity, right? You don't always get that. So I took that risk and I did that internship. Then happened the placement sessions where companies were approaching my college. So it was right. It was TCS. It was Capgemini, Accenture, and I wasn't selected in any of those. I was very nervous that what happened to me. I wasn't even getting selected in mass recruiting as well. So I just lost all hopes, and I wondered what would I speak to my parents at home. The mass recruiters companies have already gone, but I'm not placed yet. So then happened my first company, that was the JDG drive at college campus. So, and it was completely oriented towards development. Okay. So they asked interview, there were questions around JavaScript, there were questions around front end, CSS, HTML, W3C and whatnot. So that actually was kind of, a boon for me, like kind of the happy moment, because I was the only guy in my college to clear all those interviews for the front end only I'm talking about, and getting placed in JTG. So I was the only guy to be placed into George Technology Group. So it was unbelievable. Like, how I can't just explain that. So having a just imagine mass, you are not getting a place in mass recruiters, okay, but where there is little or no chance, okay. So it was like everyone was sitting for the college placements, okay, and it was just me who got selected for the interview. So I cut down through that 2,000, 3,000 students, right? And it was just me who was getting who got placed there. So my confidence level like boosted up like anything, man. Like, it was like, "Bhai, kya ho gaya?" And my friends like, "Wow, man, you cracked this, and it is only you who is getting placed." So it was a big achievement for just for me. Although the my stipend was 17,000, I started with 17,000, okay, and that was something I was very happy because it was all hard earned money. Okay, so I was good about it. I did job there for what, about 1.5 year there. Then I did a switch to Hashton, and there I was working for 4 months. Then I got an offer from Myntra, because it was a product based company. I found it is a really great opportunity for me to jump into the product and see how I can excel in that thing. So, and then doing 1 year job at Myntra, then I came to my current employer. So it was a good thing for me overall, I would say that. Yeah, so that was actually my journey. I hoped it inspired you to do your best, because uh, there was a time I started with 5,000, and now I'm making a good amount of money. I can't disclose that, but uh it's not like someone who is, you should never underestimate someone who is making less than you, because there will be a time, like, time runs in cycle. So if you are at top, or if someone else is at top, then during the cycle it spins down to bottom as well, and the person that was at bottom, he dials up to the top. Okay. You should never be greedy. You should never be disrespect to people who are at lower positions than you. You should never humiliate anyone for their salary or packages, because you never know what that man is capable of in the near future. Okay. So I am saying in the sense that that college thing, because I wasn't placed in any mass recruiters, and people were like, were talking behind my backs. See, he's a coder, he's whatnot. He used to go to coding clubs, and see, he's not getting even selected in mass recruiters. So he doesn't knows anything. He's just a bluff guy and whatnot. So many things were said about me. So I, so that was, I was derailed from my track after that incident happened, and it took me a lot of courage to bring back that motivation, that that will to do something. Okay. I know that college is mini world. Okay. So you will see all kind of people in the college, who are very loyal, who are very greedy, who are very clever, who are very opportunist. So you get a glimpse of all the people in the college. So it's very important to you interact with people, and also you have to make sure that you are strong from mind. Okay. So don't let anyone ruin your mental peace just because they have said something harsh about your life or something what you have done. And whatever was said to me during that phase when I was struggling for job, uh, I did took those seriously, and that hampered my mental peace a lot. So I was you know consistently going through self doubt. Will I be able to make it? Will I be able to you know sustain my family? Will I be am I capable enough to look after my family or not? Okay. I had these kind of questions. So never, one thing I understood, that never doubt yourself. If you're not able to crack this particular interview, then be it so. Okay. If you are not selected in this one, then you will be definitely selected in the upcoming one. Whatever number of tries it may take. Okay. So it may so let's say first 5 companies came into your college. Okay. And you were not selected in those first top 5 companies, but you see that your friends are getting selected. Most 90% of college got placed for the mass recruiters, but you didn't got selected. But you should not doubt yourself. You should never be you should not underestimate yourself, stating that okay, I am of no use. All of my 4 year of college just went to nothing. Instead, what you should do is you should be glad. Okay, I was not selected in this 3.5 LPA company. I was not selected in that 1.5 LPA company. I was not selected in that 5 LPA company or XYZ LPA company. I can do better than that, and I can I can earn better than what people are currently doing in the college. So have that thing, have that mindset to crack that interview, have that mindset to achieve your goals. Forget what people are saying. You should never listen to that. Okay. What matters is that whatever thing you have prepared up till now is definitely going to make it worth. It may happen, it may not make sense today, but in coming few months, in coming few years, that knowledge which you have acquired up till now, that skill that you have acquired till now, that sleepless nights that you have spent so far, is all going to make sense one day. And that one day is something that will change your life. So it was that moment, that my first placement, that took me into the highlights, that boosted my confidence, that boosted my you know, my trust on myself. So you should never and never underestimate yourself. You should never. Okay. So, and that is what I started with JS Cafe as well. So on this JS Cafe, I will teach you guys everything that one should know before appearing for interviews, that one should prepare before appearing for interviews. And not just the technical ones. I will also now talk about the things that affects you mentally, that affects you your preparations, that affects your mentality. Okay, if someone would have said these things, whatever I have spoken just now, during that time when I was struggling for interviews, then scenarios would have been a lot better. Okay, but since you are my subscriber, I am going to make sure that whatever is best for you should be delivered to you. Okay, so this was all in this video. I can go on for hours on these topics, but I just want to limit this video to a time range so that it doesn't exceeds that. So we'll talk more about this in the coming videos, and if you want me to make videos on these verbal topics, then do let me know in the comments that if you want me to make videos on, for example, peer pressure, how to handle rejections of interview, how you train your mind to be interview ready. So these are kind of stuff is also very important. So do let me know that topics in the comments. I will pick those topics and make videos on them. So with this, I would like to take a leave from this video and see you in the next one. Till then, take care, goodbye, and keep learning. Bye.